Ishi ego yotla akon de ye otla git akon ni na au. O ya tin na unta til so. Adon rejo til veki hat na bi holan. Ya kon da shigi koyila. Akotun eros de bebecha ha. Si shay hot an neshi na kidata na kidahal jundata zlion unta identity and they told me about the 60-second rule. What we have in place is called 60 seconds. We're not going to allow anything like that to sit more than 60 seconds. Upon the end,
Hello?
Honorable Paul Begay, are you still there? Honorable Paul Begay. Well, Paul Begay going 3 times. Moving on down. I guess go back to you, Chairman Ness.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker Damon, Adosh and Anna Senege, Honorable Ishbahasa Anna Senege. I forwarded you all Public Health Order 2020-025. On the first page, the third paragraph, it says, under this Public Health Emergency Order number 2020-25, individuals are encouraged to exercise personal responsibility, but are not ordered to stay home. What else in the health department then on sick case? We do have to exercise that personal responsibility. So the what out a da hui lian or le an hina he can't cross it Honorable Nate Brown. The nature here just casino go ban go don't next don't next. We all have a choice a quagate a corte shahms out the now what of gosh Asian been a nande hinagon a Josh na has ago cotton then that so it is what on hitch I forward these to you and not sending it. I'll give the time back over to Mr. Parrish. Mr. Speaker?
Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, thank you, sir. Honorable Chairman Nez, sir, thank you. I'd like to start off by just responding to Honorable Wilson Stewart that, sir, we would be pleased to provide weekly updates, feedback from our staff and what we're learning if and when we're allowed to reopen. Provide that feedback to our Navajo Nation leaders, to make sure that you're comfortable with what's occurring. You're hearing from us directly what the challenges are, and we can talk to you directly about the precautions and things that we're taking to protect everybody based on what we're learning. If I may address Honorable Purnell Halona's comments as well. Honorable Halona, sir, thank you. Yes, sir, the safety of our people remains paramount. The authority to reopen, we have found to be a challenging issue for us. The public health orders established that there were 2 types of essential businesses, or 2 types of entities, essential and non-essential. The casinos were categorized as being deemed non-essential. We have been working with Navajo Nation Department of Health and the Health Command Operations Center to see if we could be moved out of that green category, which is essentially the very last category, so that perhaps we could open sooner. So we've been having dialogue about that, but have not arrived at a resolution on that issue as of yet. The countermeasures and things that have been deployed by Navajo Nation, I think Navajo Nation leadership stood up and deployed those countermeasures, and they worked. And when people abide by them, they sure seem to make a huge difference. The key to everything when it comes to reopening is for us to have our plan, be willing to change and adapt our plan, but most importantly, be vigilant, be very vigilant in everything that we do to try to apply what we've learned and continue to get better and stay safer. As Honorable Vice Chair Yellowhair was stating, we've all visited other casinos. We've had our team members go all over New Mexico and Arizona, as well as Las Vegas and to Laughlin to see what everybody is doing. In general, people are saying and making statements that they're doing the same things, but the execution isn't always there. The one thing I will personally give my guarantee and assurance of is this will be as a safety plan, and the safety of our team members and our patrons and the Navajo people will by far be our number one concern that we will discuss constantly in our operations every single day. If we're doing those things and we're maintaining a safe environment, then that's the best advertisement that we could give to attract people in. We're not planning to go out and be aggressive with marketing and drive a lot of people in. We want to demonstrate that we can operate safely and earn our stripes and earn our way and earn your confidence going forward. Honorable Paul Begay's comments about educating and reminding one another and learning how to be safe, I think those are right on point. The key to this, again, being vigilant, but working together. I can tell you that Navajo Nation Gaming Enterprise, it's a family. We genuinely care about each other. We work closely together. We care about the welfare of one another. And when one is suffering, a whole group of us that know that person are suffering. I can promise you that we will be working alongside one another to protect each other and protect ourselves at the same time. As that public health order that Chairman Nez referenced, we all have an individual responsibility to do that, not only for our own families, but for the people that we stand side by side with every day. I appreciate the opportunity to respond to those questions and those statements. Mr. Speaker.
Colleagues, I have new individuals on the queue. Honorable Vice Chair Smith, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Senior, can you put me in the queue too? Speaker Damon, this is Delegate Paul Begay back online. Okay.
Thank you, Speaker, and Naabík'íyáti committee members, Mr. Parrish, and Chiche, Ricky Nez, for this legislation. It's been a long Friday. I think I can hear it in my own voice. However, just wanted to say yate to all those that are listening in, wondering what council is going to do and how this is all going to unfold. I guess the important question is not to gaming, but to the OPVP. Is anybody from OPVP listening? Or the Chief of Staff? Because this is going to go over to the Prez for his signature. Is he in support of the 50% opening? Or are we just doing this in vain? And then we have to run back and do an emergency override No matter what we do. But I'd like to see what OPVP stance is and get an understanding of where we're at with this. The other question is to Mr. Parrish. You brought a scenario that sounds Loctite. Even Houdini couldn't escape from it. However, there's always a possibility, a chance of someone getting the COVID-19, whether it be a patron, whether it be an employee, or whether it be just a passerby. The chances are it will happen. Not when, it will happen. And I know that when there is a person that's been contracted with the COVID-19, the health gets involved. And they call all these folks. They say, hey, you were at this location. You need to quarantine yourself for this time period. Make sure you're monitoring yourself, watch your temperature, yada, 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 yada. Is that what's going to happen with the casino? And then they ordered the casino to shut down. And then the other casinos will be continuing operation. How does that work with notifying people? And if the person has been test positive, how are you going to know that that person doesn't return? Because gaming and gambling is an addiction. It's entertainment. And when they are addicted to something, it don't matter what condition they are, they're going to return and they're going to think they're going to win the big one. That's all about gaming. And I heard other folks saying, I don't gamble. Well, good for them. Because they're smart. But I'm not comparing anybody. Don't get me wrong. Just looking out for the welfare of folks that show up over there. Yeah, you can give them gloves. You can give them masks. You can give them all the necessary plexiglass, 6 feet among each other. Someone will catch it. Someone will come back and bring it home and infect the family, infect others. It's like it was said earlier. They're going to go. They'll say, watch me. I'll come back. I'll be all right. The other one, too, is, Mr. Parrish, you're talking about 50%. That's only half. At 100%, you're making 100% of profit. Well, you're making 100% of what you used to make. But at half of that, are you going to be able to function? Or are you just making enough money just to pay the employees? Is that what we're trying to say here? Yes, there's employees that are waiting. Some employees are probably saying, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to go back and risk myself. That's an individual determination, whether they go there or they go to work or they don't go to work. You can't force an employee. But that 50%, is that going to cover what was mentioned earlier about it was $200 million that is needing to be paid or needing to be brought forth? Is that going to bring the gaming back into the black from the red? The other thing, too, is the consideration. Friday night, right now, is a lockdown. Starting from 8 p.m. till 5 a.m. Monday. Now, you know that most folks want to go and have certain activities, and they'll usually want to do that Friday, Saturday evening, Sunday. And if that lockdown's down and you've got that open 50%, that's going to really hurt the casino. How is that going to look when the Navajo Nation is telling the people, lockdown, stay home? And here we have the doors wide open at the casino. Hushte, Yahoche. Never mind the COVID order. Never mind that. You're okay as long as you have a mask on, as long as you have gloves on, as long as you use that hand sanitizer in 6 feet rule. Oh, Hashit, eh? The other thing, too, is if you look back to the history of gaming, this was brought to the Navajo people on Hidden Konde na Ajosh. That's all, yeah. Hey, here, you vote for it. 3 times behind this, nah? No. So what did they do? We changed the language. Yes means yes, and no means yes. I voted no. You voted yes for this. You hit up there and go, hey. And then we open up these casinos, not knowing there's going to be a COVID-19, not knowing this is going to happen. Now we're at this point in time saying, at least 50%. And I remember one of the reports that Mr. Parrish brought forth. I don't think he mentioned it. I was trying to listen for it. There was one casino that was abiding by the 50%, trying to uphold all their rules and regulations, but somewhere down the road, they got lackadaisical. Because of that, they had to shut down. Yeah, we'll be gung-ho, we'll be looking out, we'll be saying 60-second rule, we'll be making sure all these things are happening, but people get complacent. People are creatures of habit. And when they get tired, just like now, we're going to probably just say, vote, 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 vote. Because it's way past 10 p.m. We get tired. Our guard drops. And when your guard drops, that's when you're most vulnerable. The other thing I'm thinking about, jobs, employment. If the casino does have to shut down because of COVID-19, it's not because of the Navajo Nation Council. It's because of the COVID-19, and we have no choice but to close the doors because of that, because of health reasons. Then why not turn Twin Arrows into a nursing home? Our folks need a nursing home close by. Our grandmas, grandpas, right there by Toko Sleed. I'm sure they would be happy to be at that location. I doubt there's a big hotel. You could turn that into a nursing home. There's a restaurant out there. You could turn that into a big cafeteria. You could turn the halls into activities. You could turn that whole parking lot into where folks can visit one another. Think outside the box. These are the things I'm thinking about. So, Speaker, I'd like to have these answers. I'd like to have these questions answered, especially starting with the OPVP. I want to see what they say, what their thoughts are on opening it at 50%. Thank you, Speaker. Can't.
Okay, we're gonna reach out to OPVP on that. Let me go on back to Honorable Paul Begay. I know I lost you. Did you have anything else to add on?
Yes, thank you, Chair. Thank you for allowing me to continue. I got my phone battery died, so I had to put in a charger. Thank you, colleagues. So one other thing that I wanted to mention is Navajo Gaming Enterprise is a Navajo Nation enterprise, much like NAPI or NTUA or NACA. Ebitado peso illa, peso kahinte. Ako alit ego adil ni, ora te pikitiniche. Right now, kati kisani yegon hintaha. Ado San Juan Southern Paiute, esto yego ni hintaha. On the arrows. Nago, ako tahotil pinto casino dati nestanigo yintaha. Ako wala. Siya datatel kalo da churchon siya to. We don't have no control over Hopi. We don't have control over San Juan Southern Paiute. So they're going to end up putting their casinos where we left. Akuna hotel. Nana edole. So hotaban saki. So do we allow the Hopis at the San Juan Southern Paiute to stake claim where we are going to supposedly close our casinos? So edaban siki sole. One issue in my area here is Slot Canyon tour guides. Peso aron the Sati Liada. Dan Nigo Halit Ego Andatil Nik Street Yahakia Kako Nahal Kotown Hato Niska Nigo, the Yoki, the Sokas. Even Natural Dr. Jill Jim, the Director of Natural Resources, Dr. Shabala, Nahado Ash Hajo 80 Black Canyon Tours, business people. If they get in Dowdoshna. Nishe Isin Hasala Aja. Azel Ijado at least in Kide Teacher, Department of Health. Hajotin hit the Nash up at Dowdoshna. But the Schneego in also, the Ishla. Ako Ada Jashon Nahaye Ash. You can hit the Na around the Chi area. The Krigoshi tours hollow. ADG has all Shapacha Hato, Quite hida yoke digi not arbitra hada dohse petition. So we have people here, business people, Navajo business people that are hurting. It's got the same situation as gaming. I late down to the Nabati link archer. The city delegate ni klingi yeah, we don't have we're not doctors. We don't make healthcare decisions. And she don't hit it either. Department of Health is ibadeti. Even in Dr. Jill Twin Arrows invited the other Tator Yilla. Is she in Nachayan Saxi? The Nedo Yin Dadnish from all the casinos, over 1,200 Navajos employed there are laid off. Also on top of that, they have health care. As the age not teacher, a not bahaya, a war bahaya, a Swiss bahaya, Archie insurance, based on China, Naligi, Beda Hollow, Pikidaski, a Koyate about the Haya. Ko ADP Asian Koyata Benago. She quite a bunch of cases so. So Naabík'íyáti yonder yen hika and Dazo, Navajo Gaming Enterprise, food distribution. A Sklagotanas, Nelebatas Uncle Bekitanish in Chida Nahada Azgi. So now Bankabatin the Chianda seat ni. Ado state the Naabík'íyáti. Bishka gate the Chian Nada seat ni. Ado state Nana. Kachid. Then out of the kitchen, the way could be toward the Nani, Nachian, Nada seat. I see Jink on the right on the lynch in the whole Jish. The Naya, but ya, Shenzen, Dila, she had Chiana and Dasiho. Oh, I get, I see Constant and Danigo. Ya, Shetan. So Archie Kita in Hika now what could Anna sit eco ego Anna so in Hika and that dollar. Otherwise, I should say you have the smoking, not Hogi. Ish suddenly get a dosh at it. So I am opposed to the use of smoking in the casino. And the so a call a day at it. In the house don't do yet in the clean or no watcher. So the case of $3, but the penalty I get what they go $80 now has $1. So bonds of kid. But a at all, I could not take it a that all this without me. I don't have hundreds that a Yannikita, that thought that all this. A favor, Yagi. He thought, but I hold all this, about that a khaki. Or that Eddie, the a daughter. Of course, Joban thought this case or that Fishman's only clean could other. The Nenta, she is a baba and such case of dog. I could drop that, and there's nothing. The media rubber on a kitten is nothing, the neck and darnish. But shouldn't get off so. It's a nanny for like a husband, yes, to help it $8. She yanny the ocean, $8 the ocean. But for a $1, the nanny. They said that they scratch out of what they see. Ye between a way, I go bend that or half the Winson. A job, but they are, but they, but both come. What about of case? A call Shikodoban so kisa shady dot ash adole. I'm going to be voting green on this because that enterprise going down is going to work very hard against us. It's the same enterprise, like I said, like in TUA, NACA, NAPI, based on Hani, Nix. Konaho Iliago, or that del cargo. If we decommission it, other tribes will take over and it'll be the same again. Our Navajo people will be patronizing over there. The Hanaha Catholic. Put down Cisco do Asha. It's Anin Zingi, Ado Bayotsun Zingi, Eginaha. Koea. Na Joshigi, Tahotil Pinstani, Goginda. A Coedo Bansoki. Fish Banso on machine. Constantly has $3. Thank you, Chair.
Speaker, this is Delegate Daniel So.
Speaker Eugene So, did you hear me?
Yes, thank you, everyone.
Earlier, I had asked a question of Legislative Council. Speaker, this is Delegate Daniel So.
What was your question? Thought we.
My question basically was, I remember.
Oh, okay. Well, I was supposed to go back to Miss Barbara after the presentation. I'm sorry. It's 11 o'clock. Kind of tired over here. Let me go to Miss Barbara. You remember the question?
I do remember the question. Well, I think I remember the question. And that was, how did Navajo approve gaming? So there were actually 3 referendums. There was one, I believe, in 1994. There was one again in 1997. And both of those failed. And then there was a referendum in 2004 wherein it passed. And I believe its passage was it was like 60% to 40%. So 3 referendums and eventually it did pass. If Chairman So would like more detailed info, I can send that to him. Or if he has any specific questions, I will try to answer them. And I would like to state that Ray Etsity, who is legal counsel at the Gaming Enterprise, provided much background info on that. So I hope that answers the question. If you would like more info, I can provide that.
Thank you, Miss Barbara. And that's where Brother Raymond Smith is talking about. No means yes, and yes means yes on that 3rd referendum. Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Miss Barbara. I appreciate the answers.
Okay, thank you. That 11 o'clock, colleagues. We have exactly 59 minutes before this Naabík'íyáti committee has to end. Moving on down, this is the lineup. I have Honorable Otto So, Honorable Eugene So, Honorable Vice Chair Walker, and Honorable Chairman Hinu. Honorable Otto So, the floor is yours.
Ashwati. Okay, I was muted. So, you guys hear me, guys? Nanda?
Oh, Ahadita.
Okay. Right. Jadida, first of all, I guess I want to comment on the yes means no means yes and yes means no question. The referendum went through the third time. I think the Navajo people would have brought another referendum to the polls and changed their vote. But apparently that never happened. At that time, I assumed that I assumed they were going to change it, but no one took that initiative. So I assumed from there that the Navajo people said, let's do it. So Navajo people voted in favor of it. And they have a chance to change it. Basically, we have three options. Option one is what legislation is before you. Reopening at 50% with all the safety precaution measures so that Navajo Gaming can continue to employ our Navajo citizens that are employed with Navajo Gaming and able to pay bills related to whether it's the issue about revenue sharing with the states, or the vendors, or the lease payments, and the dollars on the master lease, and other lease that the gaming enterprise is obligated to pay. Remember, 24 million about that and we all align and so that they can keep people employed. They're still employed. If the Navajo Nation Council did not impose or did not agree to infuse these dollars, Navajo Gaming would have sent these people home. They would not have had a job. That's number one. Option one. Go with Mr. Honorable Rignez's legislation. Option number two. We just decommission. Decommission deal. Then we can go ahead and move forward to forgive the loan. Because at this time, the net over a plan has been presented to you. In the last Option 3 is that maybe we infuse $90 million to gaming enterprise through citizen. And we say, hey, we are going to have to help you. If you continue to stay closed, what does it take? What does it need? What do you need for 1 year of operation to operate was keeping the employees employed, paying your bills, and to the master trust? That's option 3, and that's one consideration I am looking at this time, because gaming enterprise here is an operation of the Navajo Nation, and it baffles me that they're asking the Navajo Nation Council to open. They don't need to ask us. You had an enterprise that purchased a coal mine in another state. Did they run that by us? No. That's how enterprises are created to operate. NECA is still operating. You still have construction projects out there. NECA has some sort of protocol that's in place to protect the workers. Whether these water projects are going through, they're working on it like Cameron, the Niche coal mine, the Niche. They have these safety precautions in place. You see road construction going on like in Gallup, or like in Flagstaff and Page, Farmington. They have safety protocols that are in place. When do we start to learn how to live with this virus? If this is the concept, you have a gas station that's open. You go to Winderock. All of us delegates travel to Winderock, whether to sign off on legislation, paperwork that we have to submit, printing copies. So it's underneath that, Coco. Why don't we close down everybody? All the businesses on Navajo. It's bad enough our businesses on Navajo, the Navajo economy, the economics of the Navajo Nation is, but you know it. The economic development, peso, 60 million, but you that, the Navajo enterprise or Navajo businesses that our non-Navajo businesses that are operating on Navajo are not in the conversation. They're not given that opportunity to get some relief from that Navajo business development, the dollars that we have appropriated. You have Navajo business. What about the Navajos, the non-Navajo businesses out there? Like in Cameron, you have Speedies. What type of economic hit is Speedies generating there? How did this virus hit them? Ako ko epe ko hajo kodo ya it ego hajo ando ni sonda at has ani in Washington the CDC guidelines epic ko adepe ando ni ako whether you vote red or green on this legislation, there's a lot at stake here. I worry about the Navajo economy. No haja is cut on the chidisa. Bashes is open Monday to Fridays. Oh, that the night is hat. It's hard to see now. Kitoko hat. Eric, you can't open that kada. You say you had it. What ego became? What big ego? And the hot dog, he became hot exhibit and that yat is only. A day yapper, no hot. Annie, the name does listen later. Whether we go to a gas station to gas up, we get that gas pump. We don't take proper precaution. It on me what I hot. I can the hush larger hot. Oh, what honest. I can the Kodo ICRC Bashin Navajo Gaming Enterprise. It's honest, hey, go. I should aid only. But again, from here, Mr. Brian Parrish, my recommendation is that you're a tribal enterprise and you're created to generate revenue for yourself and operate on your own. I feel that you don't need the Navajo Nation Council to tell you to open, or the president. Oh, what's honest. But I do support Navajo gaming because you employ our Navajo people and you employ individuals who are non-Navajo. That's the bread and butter. Oh, what up, if we shoot down this legislation, we have to have another conversation of how are we going to make Navajo gaming survive. And that's the other option I could say. We need to infuse $90 million, and let's make an agreement with them and say, hey, stay closed and we'll infuse $90 million from CSN so you can pay your bill. That's the only option that we have after this, or to decommission. Yeah.
Thank you, Honorable Otto. So that Honorable Eugene So, floor is yours.
Yateo. Ani tede ya kontahan hata. Yate Mr. Pierce Ado Kado. Nas kodi tahin sodi. Asi panta hati kyoshi dalia. Ado ani te yada. Ando liquidation is una hata in the bayel titanson. Unza yo your cost. The Nagose Sajuoki be Hatesi. Econ Yadas Pure really Nessa, you just learn to live with it. So a lot of that and some over on this kiss.
around the base of them now on the credit or the kind of the casa. We're way down there where we think we can only survive by money. Man life, that's where we're at. That's the dangerous part of life, I guess, in the civilization. All on sonus. Or could all on this case of is it the read na where it's testing us, this pandemic. It's testing the people. Corrosion the Chidobans, this case, is finish other net aside and listen. One life is too much for me. I've seen death through my years. I'm 68. And I've seen people when they're crying. There's 3 more dead. Just recent, it's starting again, the death part of it. And it's rising again, the positive. Got the phenomenon. There's 130 the other days, 90 again today, and this is not going to stop. So it either you can't see it, it can be on your, it cannot only go on your face or on your lips or the nose. You can get if you have glasses, it might get on your eyeglass or your forehead, your eyes. That's how it travels. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist, but just by listening to them, that's how it travels. We can come home with it, with it on our shirt or our boots or whatever. Whatever we miss is going to be there when we walk back into the house. Hardest thing is some of the people that goes, only one person goes to stores. That only one person takes their clothes off and goes straight into the shower. It's not only your hands, it's not only your nose and your mouth. That's where it goes. That's how I was. Just by listening to it, that's how I see it. Because we're all out there again gatherings. We can't say it though. We can learn to live with it. All we need to do is take care of ourselves. There are stories where people really took care of themselves, but they still got it. Man life, I don't understand how we're going to put our people in the Shidoba area. I was voted not to sacrifice my people, their life. Put our ship on this case. No matter how we slice it, it's still there. It's all art, it's developing again. It's reproducing again across the United States and around the world. This is a killer we can't see. A killer that can get on our clothes too. Not only on your face mask and not only on your hands. I know. All we need to do is take care of ourselves. We don't know the future because how it travels. On this case, and then some of these people I heard don't even show signs that they have it. They can give it to other people, but they don't show signs. So and that's from the doctors and the scientists. A council delegate never just case on that, but I'm not a doctor. There is doctor and shown that is true. There is scientists and shown that is true. They could not sneaky. The happy they change those known as it is true. But I go a ship on this case. Call and also I'm an alcoholic. I was addicted. 1 year because I made all the choices easy to see, but I chose a bottle of wine. And this is what it is. He ate the same thing is gambling. The Naabík'íyáti that could not live hard because of the car. There's a family in Chinle that went somewhere when they reopened their casinos and Phoenix and came back with it. But that is not. It's not a house. Not this not. There are stories out there like that. Oh, that's what we really can't say. We just learn to live it, and we just protect yourself, and you'll be all right. We can't say that. Even if we do that, we're still going to get it. There are stories like that too. There's over 500 and close to 600 people died. Learn to live with it. They're dead. I don't investigate. To me, those people had families. Those people are not being missed by their family. When Mr. Smith need curfew, the executive order has to go with it too. Those two has to go with reopening the casino. Get rid of it. We can own the house. Now we don't know how to live and be ready for the winter no more. That's the house. They're already ready for it. They use that for water. That's simple. She told you yes, she caused told my basically call air transfer the water. Set us a class on target. To be just because you call out that you drain that water into a barrel, into a bucket, and then you put it into a barrel. It's on these classes. You make water. It's not to liquid. It needs to go get water. What are interesting that she's there? Carried out of any other house. You know what? Out of smart. They don't learn. They never learn the life, how to live, emotionally and physically, spiritually. When we put them to school, they put a $sign brand on them. That's how they have to think. That's where we're at right now. Because dollar signs, the only thing that's going to make us survive through the day. Other than that, we can't. And those people that are selling, they're smart. They're putting extra penny in there or 10 cents, quarter, even dollar on their merchandise. And I put on church 8 in the house. I was a meal. I know that that's a late order. It's all they can't pay their rent or their mortgage or get grocery or apartment. Put that on the house. Or I be in his classroom. I be right now. So so I think this legislation reopening is going to also go with the curfew hours and also the executive order. Just forget about public health. That goes with it, no matter how you slice it. Because in the executive order, the reservation so how are we going to put the people from somewhere else onto the reservation and go to our casinos? Okay, all bonds, anonymous case. So the curfew has to go with it. The executive order has to go out the door. Public health executive order has to go out the door too with this resolution, legislation. That's how I see it. So when we pass this, we need to tell the IHS, the health service, to get out of here because we don't want your executive order. That goes with the opening of the casino. And also the curfew. Tell President Nance to don't put curfew on us no more. Because I want to go to the casino. I'm very addicted. I need to lose some money. So to let you know, you guys all saying yes to this thing, reopening everything. Look at what happened to Arizona. We were going down real good, and look what happened when the governor reopened to Arizona, and it became political. All the Republicans are reopening their state, and they care less about anything else. All the health or the CDC authorities, they don't care less about them. But you're behind it. What's going on? I just can't. I don't know how long this is going to be. How long it's going to be here for? As long as we're gathering, as long as we're going out, as long as we're not killing it, we're just producing it. Lost at need the creed and the shame that there is the sheet that what it needs all over the world. The word that disease can't get on anybody no more, they'll die out there.
Question of privilege, this is Daniel.
So this the virus has no respect for human life, or any laws, or any boundaries, any jurisdictions. That's where it is right now. So this legislation also goes with the curfew hours, and it also goes with the executive order. If you really look at it, so even now, the other side, never base on and it's easy to understand. They do need money, yes. They do need back to work, yes. And another one do need money. We are in the big bind of regards to money. And this other one, we don't know who is going to get it. There was almost 600 people died. And I feel for them. I feel for the family. So the hate that they need and so. Come on, you just learn to live with it, I know. To this day, we're losing people. The way you read or I don't see the sheet. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing out there on the Navajo Nation and the United States and the world. That's all I'm saying. That's how I'm seeing it. I really don't share. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable.
Question of privilege. This is Daniel.
So, Honorable Daniel's question of privilege.
Yes, thank you, Kodota, Mr. Chair. I'm very concerned, Kodota, at this hour. I'm very concerned about the staff out in the house. Hey, we're at home. How many of your staff has to travel home? Chair.
There's 10 staff here. And 12. And
okay.
Chair. Four of them have to drive over an hour and a half away.
Okay, Chair. The reason why I say that is because safety for the staff, especially at this hour, midnight, which was Kiliko. What I experienced it's not good traveling at night, especially at this hour. So Mr. Chair.
And thank you for recognizing that, Honorable Danielson. I have stated that since 3:30 this afternoon.
Question of privilege, Delegate James.
That question of privilege, Honorable James.
Thank you, Speaker, and the members of the 24th Navajo Nation Council. In regards to a meeting, so since it's almost midnight, the way I understand the process is that if we don't act on this legislation tonight, that it will continue to go to the Naabík'íyáti, the next Naabík'íyáti meeting. And at this point, if it does happen in that route, that means we can't have it added to Monday's special session. Correct? Is my first question. Number two is, if that is correct, can I make a recommendation that maybe we should reconvene or have a meeting and have the agenda posted tomorrow morning to have the meeting, a Naabík'íyáti meeting Sunday? So the legislation can be added onto the special session. Is that doable? Or number three is, I guess this would be for legal. Number three is that if we did have a motion and we did have a second and we debated on it at Naabík'íyáti, will this legislation continue on to special session on Monday, even though if we reach the midnight hour? Those are my three questions. Thank you, Speaker. Going back on mute.
To answer your first question, this legislation, Honorable James, if we get to the midnight hour, this legislation would continue on to be heard at Naabík'íyáti committee because we're still hearing it, as past legislations have gone that same route. The second thing about Navajo Nation Council having a special session on Sunday, if we post the agenda 24 hours in advance, yes, that's a possibility. I think your first question and your third question, another option is that just to move this legislation forward, we could go to a vote. There had to be some kind of action taken on it, and either a vote or tabling motion too as well. Tabling motion would forward this legislation forward.
Point of privilege, Speaker Desenio.
The question referred to Office Legislative Council. Before I go to your point of privilege, let me go to Office Legislative Council, Chairman Hino.
Thank you, Speaker. Thank you, Delegate James. Speaker, as far as I can tell, you answered the questions the same way I would have. Did I miss something?
Honorable James.
For number two, it was in regards to doing a Naabík'íyáti meeting on Sunday, not a special council meeting on Sunday, but a Naabík'íyáti meeting.
Yes.
Naabík'íyáti meeting on Monday.
Well,
Sunday, I mean, excuse me. We're all getting tired.
Let me reiterate that for a special committee, Naabík'íyáti committee meeting, yes, it would be 24 hours in advance. So I'll hold a meeting on Sunday. That is an option, but that's an option that I would not like to go because I did tell the staff that they have a whole weekend due to the fact that next week is a full week of not only a special session on Monday, voting on Tuesday, and 3 full days of budgets. So they will have a full week.
Okay, thank you, Speaker.
That point of privilege, Chairman Hino.
All right, it's a question of privilege. This is to the Speaker Damon. What's the lineup look like now?
Vice Chair Walker, Chairman Hino, Honorable James.
Okay, maybe ask Shanaz, Delegate Walker, since you're next on the queue, if you could do a tabling motion, I'll second, we can move on.
Vice Chair Walker, the floor is yours on legislation. I don't even 262-20.
Okay, Speaker and Chair of Naabík'íyáti Committee,
colleagues, Naabík'íyáti Committee and 24th Council. I have some questions and comments, but they can wait till the special session. Then, of course, a lot of discussion took place this evening. Really good comments, really good questions. I think we all learned quite a bit from, the responses from expressions from our leadership this evening. So with that, I'd like to offer a motion to table this item, this legislation. Although listening to leadership and recognizing time constraints here, I'd like to do that. Speaker, Chair, thank you.
Speaker, this is Vice Chair. Question of privilege?
Green.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay, with that, there's a motion by Vice Chair Walker to table legislation 0262-20. Before I get a second, there's a question of privilege by Vice Chair Smith. It's your question of privilege.
Thank you, Speaker. The reason why I wanted this question of privilege is to OPVP. If that answer could be brought forth, I would appreciate that.
We're gonna reach out to them.
Point of order.
Vice Chair Smith, they have sent out a press release asking for input on this legislation, but clearly in that press release, the president didn't say whether he's for this legislation or against this legislation. We're reaching out to staff again. Point of order, I don't know, somebody just called out point of order.
Yes, Speaker. There's a tabling motion on the table, and I believe there's no debate. Get the vote on.
Honorable Otto, so that was a question of privilege, so a question of privilege, I went to answer that. So with that, there's a motion, and now there's a second by Chairman Hino on tabling motion. Tabling motion supersedes all motions. With that, at the committee level, which this is, Honorable Chairman Nez, since you're a sponsor, you don't have time to speak, only at council. I would give you 3 minutes. So that, we're aboard on the tabling motion, go straight to the vote. No debate, no discussion on legislation 0262-20. Ms. Nota.
Who are the tabling motion parties?
Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr.
Key Allen with green. Thank you.
Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Paul Begay.
Paul Begay votes red.
Honorable Paul Begay votes red. Honorable Nathaniel Brown.
Delegate Brown, excuse me, Delegate Brown votes red.
Honorable Nathaniel Brown votes red. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton. Charles Newton votes green. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton votes green. Honorable Amber Canas-Belcrady.
Delegate Amber Canas-Belcrady votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Amber Canas-Belcrady votes green. Honorable Herman M. Daniels Jr.
I vote green.
Honorable Herman M. Daniels Jr. votes green. Honorable Mark Phelan. Honorable Pernell Halona. Honorable Jamie Henio.
Henry votes green.
Honorable Jamie
Freeland
Henio
votes
votes
green.
green. Honorable Mark Freeland votes green. Honorable Vince James.
Delegate Jane votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Vince James votes green. Honorable Rick Nez.
Delegate Rick Nez votes green.
Honorable Rick Nez votes green. Honorable Carl Slater.
Delegate Slater, green.
Honorable Carl Slater votes green. Honorable Raymond Smith Jr.
Red.
Honorable Raymond Smith Jr. votes red. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr.
Green.
Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. votes green. Honorable Charlene Stowe.
I vote green.
Honorable Charlene Stowe votes green. Honorable Daniel Stowe.
Daniel So votes green.
Honorable Daniel Stowe votes green. Honorable Eugene Stowe.
I vote green. Thank you.
Honorable Eugene Stowe votes green. Honorable Otto Stowe.
Vote green.
Honorable Otto Stowe votes green. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr.
Thomas Walker votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. votes green. Honorable Edison Wanika.
Green.
They're voting
Honorable
on
Edison Wanika votes green. Honorable
open the
Edmund
casino.
Yazzie.
Green.
They're going to table it.
Honorable Edmund Yazzie votes green. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair.
I vote green. Thank you.
Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair votes green. Honorable Elmer Begay. Honorable Purnell Halona.
Halona votes green.
Honorable Purnell Halona votes green. Speaker with 19 in favor and 3 opposed. Speaker not voting.
Okay, thank you, colleagues. 19 in favor, 3 opposed. Chair not voting. That legislation 0262-20 is tabled. That, colleagues, moving on down. Item number C.
Motion to adjourn. Henry.
Legislation 0264-20. Motion by Jamie. This
Let's take care of this legislation real quick.
I withdraw.
Motion to adjourn.
motion adjourned by Chairman Honorable Brown. There a second?
Second.
Chairman Edwin Yazzie. So someone can get lead off.
Speaker, I have a question on the adjournment.
Okay, with that, Madam Chair, Amber Carty on the adjourning at 11:44.
Thank you, Speaker. Seeing that this is a budget transfer to save an LBA position, if we adjourn now, does that mean our LBAs will be given a pink slip? Thank you, Speaker.
That's what I'm thinking, Madam Chair, Amber Carty.
No second. Let's move.
Speaker, good question. If I can get that response.
Just send them home. Let's go then, adjourn.
Green.
There's one position that could be getting a DPM has a listing that's out, and the legislative assistant staff member that oversees the legislative district assistance program is the one that could possibly be let go as early as November 6th if this legislation doesn't pass. Madam Chair Amicrati.
Thank you, Speaker. If I could ask the motioning party to withdraw so that we could take action on this legislation to save this position.
Delegate Brown, I would withdraw and let's vote on this. I have my LDA and she has a family, kids. They're struggling. They need the money. Holidays are coming up. Let's vote on this.
That there's a withdrawal from Honorable Daniel Brown. Chairman Yazzie has a second.
We got 10 minutes left. Let's go ahead and vote. I'll withdraw.
Okay, with that, moving on down. Legislation 0264-20. Somebody needs to take the helm. Chairman
Motion, you do so.
Honorable. I couldn't hear.
I'll do it. I'll do it, Speaker Damon.
Chairman Henio, go ahead.
If you staff read this legislation into the record for us.
Mr. Chairman Pro Tem, members of the Naabík'íyáti Committee, Legislation 0264-20, an action relating to Naabík'íyáti Committee approving a budget reallocation in a total amount of $6,858 within the Office of Legislative Services from Business Unit number 101019 to Business Unit number 101034. This will require a 2/3 vote of the full membership. Per Navajo Nation Committee Rules of Order, Rule 9, legislation has been read into the record by electronic voice recording. Mr. Chairman Pro Tem.
Motion, Helena.
Motion, you do so.
Second, Brown.
Hold on. Recognize the motion by Delegate Shinanta, Delegate Helena, and second by Delegate Nathaniel Brown. With this, committee members, a 2/3 vote. Is there any questions or comments?
Green.
Vote.
Atenoya. I'll call for the question. Shinanta, Kudoya, if there's no questions. Bobby, if you do roll call vote.
Honorable Elmer Begay.
Uh-oh, come on.
Move on.
Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr.
Key Allen votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Paul Begay.
Paul Begay votes green.
Honorable Paul Begay votes green. Honorable Nathaniel Brown.
Delegate Brown votes green. Yeah, thank you, staff.
Honorable Nathaniel Brown votes green. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton. Charles Newton votes green. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton votes green. Honorable Amber Canasba Crotty.
Delegate Crotty votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Amber Canasba Crotty votes green. Honorable Herman M. Daniels Jr.
I vote green.
Honorable Herman M. Daniels Jr. votes green. Honorable Mark Freeland.
Green.
Honorable Mark Freeland votes green. Honorable Pernell Halona.
Helena votes green.
Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Jamie Henio.
No, I'm Chair Pro Tem, so please go
I'm
back.
sorry.
Speaker Damon.
Oh, yeah. Honorable Speaker Seth Damon.
I vote green.
Honorable Speaker Seth Damon votes green. Can you let him know?
Chairman Pro Tem, you are allowed to vote on this.
Yes, I am green.
Whoa.
Honorable Jamie Henio votes green. Honorable Vince James.
Delegate Vince James votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Vince James votes green. Honorable Rick Nez.
Delegate Rick Nez votes green.
Honorable Rick Nez votes green. Honorable Carl Slater.
Delegate Slater, green.
Honorable Carl Slater votes green. Honorable Raymond Smith Jr.
Green.
Honorable Raymond Smith Jr. votes green. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr.
Green.
Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. votes green. Honorable Charlene So.
I vote green.
Honorable Charlene So votes green. Honorable Daniel So.
Daniel So votes green.
Honorable Daniel So votes green. Honorable Eugene So.
Oh, that is, thank you. Yeah.
Honorable Eugene So votes green. Honorable Otto So.
Green.
Honorable Otto So votes green. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr.
Thomas Walker votes green.
Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. votes green. Honorable Edison Wanika.
Green.
Honorable Edison Wanika votes green. Honorable Edmund Yazzie.
Green.
Honorable Edmund Yazzie votes green. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair.
How about green?
Honorable Jimmy
How about
Yellowhair
green?
votes green. Honorable
you.
Elmer Begay. Speaker present with a vote of 23 yeas and 0 nays.
Kasi yan lang sinanta. 23 in
Motion to
favor,
adjourn.
0 opposed. We have motion carries. Sinanta Delegate Elmer Begay did not vote, so yeah, nobody knows. Here, hand the gavel back over to Speaker Damon.
Adjourn.
Thank you, colleagues.
Speaker, motion to adjourn.
Thank you for that.
Callan.
With that,
Second, Wanika.
motion to adjourn at 11:53 by Chairman Yazzie. Second
Second by Brown.
by Honorable Brown
Green.
at 11:53 p.m. I don't have anybody else comments, questions. Let's go to Vice Chair
Speaker.
Walker. Go ahead.
Yes. What happens to the report item? Does that carry over to the special session?
It doesn't carry over to the special session, but it carries over to the next Naabík'íyáti committee meeting. And the next Naabík'íyáti committee meeting is on November 12th. So unless if you add that on as a special on to the special Navajo Nation Council session, and from what I know, both individuals presenters are ready to present. Honorable Vice Chair Walker.
Okay, I'd like to request that on Monday when we're adopting the agenda.
Okay,
Thank you.
we'll notify them in advance. Thank you for letting us know that, Vice Chair Walker. Colleagues, if there's no other further discussion on the motion to adjourn, when once, twice, let's go to the board. It's no to.
Honorable Elmer Begay. Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr.
Delegate Callan votes green.
Honorable Key Allen Begay Jr. votes green. Honorable Paul Begay.
Paul Begay votes green.
Honorable Paul Begay votes green. Honorable Nathaniel Brown.
Delegate Brown votes green. Yeah.
Honorable Nathaniel Brown votes green. Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton.
Charles Newton votes green.
Honorable Eugenia Charles Newton votes green. Honorable Amber Canespa Crotty.
Delegate Amber Kinsba Crotty votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Amber Canespa Crotty votes green. Honorable Herman M. Daniels Jr.
Green.
Honorable Herman M. Daniels Jr. votes green. Honorable Mark Freeland. Honorable Pernell Halona.
Halona votes green. Good night. Thank you.
Honorable Pernell Halona votes green. Honorable Jamie Henyo.
Henry votes green. Good night.
Honorable Jamie Henyo votes green.
Freeland
Honorable
votes
Vince
green.
James.
Delegate Vince James votes green. Thank you.
Honorable Vince James votes green. Honorable
Delegate
Mark
Rick
Freeland
Nez
votes
votes
green.
green.
Honorable Rick Nez votes green. Honorable Carl Slater.
Delegate Slater, green.
Honorable Carl Slater votes green. Honorable Raymond Smith Jr.
Green.
Honorable Raymond Smith Jr. votes green. Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr.
Green.
Honorable Wilson Stewart Jr. votes green. Honorable Charlene Stowe.
Green.
Honorable Charlene Stowe votes green. Honorable Daniel Stowe.
Daniel So votes green.
Honorable Daniel Stowe votes green. Honorable Eugene Stowe.
I vote green. Thank you.
Honorable Eugene Stowe votes green. Honorable Otto Stowe.
Green.
Honorable Otto Stowe votes green. Honorable Thomas Walker Jr.
Thomas Walker votes green.
Honorable Thomas Walker Jr. votes green. Honorable Edison Winika.
Green.
Honorable Edison Winika votes green. Honorable Edmund Yazzie.
Good morning, everyone. Green.
Honorable Edmund Yazzie votes green. Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair.
I vote green.
Honorable Jimmy Yellowhair votes green. Honorable Elmer Begay. Speaker, with a vote of 22 yeas and 0 nays, Speaker not voting.
22 in favor, 0 opposed. Chair not voting. Motion carries. Pat,
Good night, John Boy.
have a good evening, everyone.
Mary Ellen.
We'll see you. Thank you, staff.
Thank you, staff, so much.